And welcome back to episodes on the Fuck Nation Sports Podcast. I am your host, Fuck Nation. If we are back for a podcast and episode, it's been a while, but it means one thing. We are back to NFL football season and, of course, college football, which will be starting this weekend. Got a special guest today on the set for his first time. Bricks, how we doing?
Doing pretty well. Thank you, Flock Nation. Shout out our buddy Irish for not joining here, but the show must go on.
Yes, exactly. Today we're going to be breaking down the start. We've done it in the past, the last couple of years. We're going to be breaking down all the NFL divisions. Today will be AFC East. We did have Irish, also known as 56 and a half, talking his Dolphins, but he could not make the set, so we pulled you in last second. So I do appreciate it. But how pumped are you for the football season, not just NFL, but college football as well this weekend?
Pretty fired up. We got just under 3 weeks, right, till
Yep.
NFL starts, and this weekend we got Florida State versus Georgia Tech over in Ireland. So
I
couldn't be a
yeah.
better time to make this podcast.
Yeah, man. Perfect timing. It caught up to us. We've been hitting the lab, working on our futures cards in the NFL, college as well, and it's go time. I think I read let me pull it up actually. I think I sent this to you the other day. Starting this weekend, there's an NFL or college football game every week until Super Bowl in February. That's 7 months of football. Can't wait.
That's great
Um,
news.
but spectacular. Lots of food, betting, drinking, and
Banter.
plays will be exactly. But Bricks, we're going to talk AFC East today, as I mentioned. We'll break down each team in the division. We'll talk their rosters. We'll talk their season win totals, and give me, if you have any plays you have already on your end, or if you're leaning certain ways, feel free. Don't be forced to tell our listeners if you don't like a play. But we're talking Buffalo Bills. We're talking a team that's been dominating this division for the last handful of years. It's
Oh
a new
yeah.
look. It's a new look Buffalo Bills in regards to having a Stefan Diggs side on the wide receiver. There is no Gabe Davis, but Josh Allen's still there. Funny enough, I know betting with you and talking banter on Sundays. I know Buffalo Bills is a big play for you, and you love doing those teasers.
Oh yeah, the 13 point, the 10 point teasers when you get them
Yeah,
at home, minus
yeah.
6.5, and you get the 7 points or the 9.5, you take 10 points.
I
The
feel like
home the
you're on
home
them every
team
weekend.
the home team it's just a good value play. You're gonna hit them 80% of the time. And the Bills are last year it was Bills, Lions, Chiefs, it was 49ers, a lot of the same customers if you get them at the
Yeah,
right lines.
some of the trustworthy teams.
Yeah, good coach, good quarterback, and good home field advantage, especially.
Yeah. So, speaking Bills, their season win total right now, if you look on most sites, but of course, every site's different. You can shop it. That's always important, as we always say on here. Buffalo Bills right now is set at 10.5 wins on the season win total, heavily juiced towards the under. Actually, right now, as I have it up, we have Buffalo Bills under at minus 155. So Vegas odds makers have them regressing a little bit this year. Um, the over is at plus 125. Do you feel this team is going to regress? Obviously, Stefan Diggs is not there. Gabe Davis is not there. But you still have Josh Allen, and we know Josh Allen is the engine. He has the keys to that offense. He does it all. Do you see any setbacks there at Buffalo, or is that an overreaction by Vegas?
I mean, it's kind of tough because their defense is so thin, and
Hmm.
they just picked up another injury,
Yeah.
and it's gonna be tough. I mean, last year
Hmm.
we saw the offense was not clicking,
Right.
and they were barely squeaking out games. But
Yeah.
I think that Stephon Diggs leaving is gonna hurt them. Hopefully, Keon Coleman steps up, but it's gonna be a
Right.
big ask for a wide receiver one rookie year.
Sure. Good call. Yeah. Maybe a big year out of the FSU, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. Interesting stat for Sean McDermott there at the helm as the head coach. His team has gone over its win total in all 7 seasons that he's been there. That's the longest active streak of any team. The Bills have won 11 plus games in 4 straight seasons. I can attest to that on my future card a couple years ago when we took them, I think, by, I believe, over 10 and a half wins. Yeah, I mean, it's tricky. I mean, you look at the schedule, you go to the AFC East. AFC is always tough. But it's a tricky one. Yeah, like you said, Stephon Diggs not there. We have to see how much that's going to be at a loss. They were streaky last year offensively. It could be one of those where people overreact and maybe watch this is the year because Stephon Diggs can be a distraction. That maybe this is the year that he gets other teammates involved, Allen, and maybe they flourish. But as you said, which is important defensively, a little thin, and maybe that'll be the key to the success of their season.
Yeah, they're going to need James Cook to step up big time. They've kind
Yeah.
of got a thin running back room, and I
Yeah.
think their strength is definitely their tight end. Their tight end, they still got Dawson Knox, and Dalton Kincaid is
Right.
hopefully going to take that
Yeah.
that elite step forward. And just looking at their
Yeah.
schedule, I mean, they play. That's why the total is so low. They got to play Aaron Rodgers twice if he stays healthy. Jets
Yeah.
are going to be good.
Yeah.
Obviously, you got Irish's Dolphins. It's going to be tough to take two on, to beat
Right.
take both those games. And
Yeah.
the Patriots are, with Drake May, and
Right.
they've
Sure.
got some good additions. They're going to be better. And then they go and they play the Niners. They play the Rams on the road. They play the Lions on the road. Like, they've got some tough. Oh, like they play the Chiefs. They
Not
have to go in
easy.
and play Seattle. Like they've got a tough schedule. Texans on the road. Ravens on the
Yeah.
road. Like
Yeah. Yeah. I
I
mean,
think the
I,
I
I
think
see.
I think the line is pretty good. I do
Yeah.
think they'll make the playoffs.
I think they're gonna make the playoffs. I mean, I was just gonna be transparent. For our NFL's futures card that we're working on and putting the final touches on. I'm going to be up front here, and this is going to be a play. Didn't go heavy, and I know you don't sound like you're too crazy about the Bills going over that 10.5 win, but we actually took the Buffalo Bills. We shopped it around. We got it at plus 150 to get over 10.5 wins. I'm a big, as you know me, over the last few years, Bricks. I like to kind of go against the grain. I don't like to the more news and media that I see are people joining one side, like let's say the under. I like to go the other way. I think they can. I know it's a tough schedule. To answer your question, I do still think they can make the playoffs, win this division. I do think they can still steal. They can get over 10.5 wins. Will it be tougher? I just think it's just a slight overreaction to the Diggs news. I think Josh Allen will spread the love and use his tight ends, as you mentioned earlier, which was a good point. Totally forgot about the tight end position to pick up the load there. But yeah, I think they can make it. Why do you not think they can make the playoffs?
No, I do. I think it's gonna be tough. I think it's gonna be between that 10 and 11. I
Yeah.
I think the line should be closer to maybe like a more of a pick 'em. So I think there
Right.
is a lot of value, and I actually do like that play.
What the over or the what?
Yeah, the over. Yeah.
Nice, nice. Yeah, anything can happen. I mean, just gonna have to see. Health is always a key when you play these NFL futures. You can draw it up however you want and look at the schedule. Obviously, if you get a little bad luck with key injuries, say a Josh Allen, hopefully knock on wood, that doesn't happen. But things like that, and then all of a sudden your play is out the window. But all right, that's the Buffalo
Absolutely.
Bills. Buffalo Bills. Let's talk. Since 56.5 slash Irish is not here on the set, let's talk about this team in this division, the $212.4 million contract, 167 million guaranteed quarterback, Tua Tagovailoa, and the
Oof.
Miami Dolphins. What is just your thoughts on that contract?
I mean, what quarterbacks are getting paid
Do you buy
nowadays is
in?
crazy.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
You
yeah.
know, I it's the same thing that people will say about Brock Purdy and Jared Goff. It's all about the system you're in, and
Mm-hmm.
Tua is great for the system. I wish he had a bigger arm. I think that would benefit Waddle and reach,
Sure.
but I I know Mr. 56 and a half. He's very bearish on Tua, but
Yeah.
I you gotta at some point you have to buy into your quarterback and just go all in, especially with the core that they have, and they didn't really have a choice.
Right.
And so I
Yeah.
like the move, and I think the Dolphins. I mean, if the Dolphins are gonna have a year, it's got to be now or never for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, as you mentioned earlier, the money thing is not even a debate anymore. I mean, they're just handing out money like it's candy. You can be average. Look at Daniel Jones with the Giants. I don't even know the exact number, but didn't he get something like north of 100 million? Or am I
Yeah, he
wrong?
got he got
I think he
he got
got
a
like,
ridiculous amount to be throwing
yeah.
way
So
too
I'm
many
not, yeah, I'm not,
interceptions.
yeah. People getting money or contracts, I'm not even shocked about that anymore. That's just how it is. They're gonna get paid. I mean, but look at Tua. I mean, we talked about, look. I'm gonna show you his numbers. I know there is Tua haters and you have some Tua lovers. I mean, last year his quarterback rating last year was 101.1. That ranked 1, 2, 3, 4. He was the fourth best quarterback in the league quarterback rating, um, for quarterbacks that played more than 9 games or more. I won't count Kirk Cousins who got hurt, but so that's pretty good. He led the league in yards, passing yards. I know throwing those little slants or deep balls or sort of deep balls to Tyreek Hill and Waddle and they take him helps the cause, but his stats are there. He's accurate. As you say, he doesn't have the deep ball threat and then people knock him for that, but I mean the guy can play. He's deserving of that money and he's making Miami relevant. It's not easy finding quarterbacks in the NFL as we know that.
Absolutely,
Uh,
I think they're. I, I mean, people always say this could be their year, but I mean, is
yeah.
if the offensive line holds up, Tua stays
Yeah.
healthy, Reek stays healthy, their defense is coming back. You've got a
Yeah.
couple key guys coming off injuries, but they should be all ready to go. And
Yeah.
you got
Yeah, I
Jalen
was a
Ramsey
little
back there, you got
yeah.
Javon
No, they did
Holland,
they
like
did
they're
right.
loaded.
Right, right. Yeah, they need I think Jalen Phillips, one of their linebackers, to get healthy again. They did lose I'm not gonna remember the name off the top of my head, but he was a key player. I forget where he went.
Oh, the lineman,
Ex
yeah, yeah.
yeah. Will come
Xavier
to us
Howard
if it
left
does.
too.
He did, yeah. But they still got
Xavier
some good
Howard.
core. Oh, they got yeah, and they got Jordan Poyer from Buffalo, which that's a veteran. So they still got pieces. Health is going to be key. Offense is there. Season win total, by the way, Bricks is 9.5. Mind you, this was the same season win total as last year. And if you were a better and took the over, you cashed as they won 11 games in the regular season. Vegas sets it again at 9.5 and at minus 130. So same sort of pieces. Yeah, I mean, if you got to look at the schedule. If you're looking to bet that, that scares me that they're at the same win total as last year, especially because they haven't regressed offensively. It makes me worry. I would have to look at the schedule if I'm not even going to play anything there. What do you like? Just hindsight. What do you like? Over under there?
I like the over here. I mean,
Yeah,
they've got some tough games in the towards the back half. I think that's why they play the Niners right before Christmas. Their last two games are away at Cleveland, away at the Jets. So playoff
yeah.
games, those are tough. But
Mm-hmm.
there's definitely right in the middle, they play Tennessee, Seattle, Jacksonville. There's a few games in there where they can go on like a little bit
Yeah.
of a run. So I like the over here as well.
Cool. Yeah, yeah, I hear you completely there. Oh, by the way, just got the article pulled up. The name we were looking for was Christian Wilkins.
Yes,
So
Christian
they lost.
Wilkins.
He was a big piece for Miami, but they'll try to replace him a little bit on that defense. But they still have some good names. Health will be key. Um, Tyreek Hill is amazing. If you're looking at any secondary markets, NFL futures, last year we were very close to hitting him for NFL Offensive Player of the Year, but my boy CMC was just too much versus him at the end. He got the award, but look for Tyreek Hill if you like some futures, most receiving yards, or maybe Offensive Player of the Year if you're into that. But yeah, I mean Bills and Dolphins, and now we got this is the wild card, the Joker in the deck. New York Football Jets, a team that's stunk for decades. Aaron Rodgers Will he play finally this year? Will he make it past putting the USA flag on the field this time around? What's the season win total as well is 9.5 for them. Last year they were 9.5. We did take the under, and that was with even Aaron Rodgers as a full starting quarterback. But we did get lucky there, fortunately. But they're set at 9.5. What do you make of this team with a healthy Aaron Rodgers?
I think he, what's their win total at this year?
They're set it at 9.5 Vegas. 9.5 on the over
Nine and
under.
a half. See, I think I like the under here.
Me too. Me too.
Aaron Rodgers is Aaron Rodgers is one of the best quarterbacks to ever play. I think it was it 9/11 last year? He ran out with the flag,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, it was
It
awesome.
was,
Amazing moment.
everyone got goosebumps, and it sucked
Yeah.
seeing him go down for sure.
Yeah.
They definitely have a lot of weapons on offense. Like Brees Hall, one of the best running backs in the league. Garrett Wilson, one of the best. They
Right.
got Mike Williams is there, but they've
No,
got
yeah.
some key veterans that always tend to get hurt.
Hmm.
And I don't know, this team just doesn't seem like it's a little bit better, but not much better than the 2022 Green Bay
Sure.
Packers when Rodgers was still there.
Right.
Obviously, he's got
Uh,
Garrett and Brees Hall, but they got Sauce. I
yeah,
don't
he's
know.
got some good.
It's a tough division, tough schedule. We'll see.
Yeah. The whole
Rodgers
thing
has to
with.
answer a
Yeah.
lot of questions.
Right. The whole thing with me last year when I wanted to bet the under, one, the Jets are always hyped up. Even though they're not good, they're always getting the hype. They're almost like the Cowboys. They're getting all the headlines. Everybody loves Rodgers when he gets in the media. My thing with Rodgers was last year, while everyone was hyped on him, the reason why I took the under was he's 40 years old, or maybe he was 39 at the time, and he was joining a whole new team, a whole new conference, whole new franchise. It takes time to mesh. I think the only person, and I think you'd agree, that you ever saw thrived in his first season ever, who do you think it was? The GOAT, Brady with at
Peyton.
Tampa. So it takes
Ooh,
time with that, and
I
I'm
gotta
sure he's
throw it in there. My guy Peyton didn't do too shabby either.
that's right. Good call.
When
Good call. I
he
guess
went
two
to the
goat, but look at
Broncos,
hey, but look at it right there. Two goats. I'm sure people are gonna want to say Aaron Rodgers a go with his multiple MVPs. Maybe they put him in the caliber, but he's not Brady and not Manning, in my opinion. Um,
he goes and wins one here with the Jets. You got to put him up there with Peyton.
yeah. So yeah, I know. I'm with you. I mean, he's 40 years old. He's coming off Achilles injury, as is Kirk Cousins. That's something to monitor, in my opinion. So yeah, Jets season win total. They were at 9.5 last year. They got to 7 without Rodgers, basically. Um, yeah, good offense as you mentioned. To me, also their Achilles heel, even though they did get better on paper, is their offensive line. That's been their weakest thing, and as we know, Bricks in the NFL, I'm not even talking betting. Games are won in the trenches, offensive line and defensive line, and Jets need to do that if they want to keep Rodgers upright to have a chance. Um,
Absolutely. I think trending into the last team, I recall
yeah,
when I think it was the Raiders sacked the Patriots for a safety at the end of the game to cover the spread, and I think you were on the wrong
I hear you
team.
there.
You were on the
Very
wrong side of that
frustrated.
with 56 with Irish, and
Absolutely.
you know
Oh
we
man.
were over here
Uh,
celebrating at Brick's headquarters.
Oh my God, don't do that to me. We haven't let the season start yet. I remember that like it was yesterday, my friend. But yeah, they got Hassan
You
Reddick,
didn't
which
talk
is
to
a big
me.
sign on defense. Defense looks good. They got good names, as we know, on the defensive side. So I did tell you I wanted to do under. By the way, I don't think I told you the juice. So the juice right now on the over of that for 9.5 wins is minus 160. So the public and the people, the clients, everyone, they're rushing to the cashier, not to cash the ticket, but to place their bets on the over. I wanted to play under, but I actually looked at their schedule, and it looks very, very friendly outside of the division. So I'm kind of scared. If Roger stays healthy, I think maybe they do get over. But let's see. It's not a play that I'm running to this year. Um,
Yeah, no,
here we go.
you love your
What's
futures.
I do. Do you dabble a little bit on that time to time?
occasionally, but
Yeah.
mostly Super Bowl winners or stuff like that. Not so much win totals.
Right, yeah. Yeah, the one thing with futures, I guess that's the knock or the negativity behind futures in any sport is that your money's tied up, for the season, whether it's like 3, 4 months, and people don't like that. Me personally, I don't mind, especially obviously if you win. Even when they lose, at least I can say in my mind, hey, I lost this bet 4 months later. Sometimes you can lose a bet in what, 1 minute, right?
Absolutely.
So yeah, NFL futures can be lucrative if you have the patience for it and do the studying. All right, let's talk last team in this division. I don't know how much we can talk about it, but New England Patriots minus Bill Belichick this year. They got a former, I don't know, say star or stud linebacker that used to be in New England coaching their team, linebacker Jared Mayo in his first year. Not sure what to make out of that. Um, what do you got there? We got Jacoby Brissett probably going to be the starting quarterback. They drafted Drake May from UNC Tar Heels early. What'd they draft him? Top five? Top three?
Three, I believe, right?
Yeah, yeah, I think that's what it was. I mean, what do you think about this team? Their offense is mediocre. They got a bunch of like average wide receiver names, same guys that you probably remember from last year. Defense can be good. That's probably their strength, if anything. Can this team get over 4.5 wins?
I I think they do.
Yeah.
I think four and a half in the NFL is. I mean, you gotta be bad to not win 4 games. You
Right.
gotta be really bad, and I just think that it's just the Patriots. They're gonna have a lot of juice and a lot of life this year, being
Yeah.
just playing at home. I think they have the Dolphins number. I think they get one against Miami and
Right.
probably maybe even one against Buffalo, and I
Yeah.
think they squeak out a few. I don't know. It's very tough.
Yeah, I mean, the NFL's tough. Nothing's easy, even against the teams that are, mediocre. So, 4.5 is pretty low. I did like, unfortunately, that window is closed. I think when futures came out, I don't know when they came out months ago, Patriots were actually at 5.5, and everyone started running to play under. So now it's set at four and a
Yeah.
half. So if it was 5.5, I think I would have been all over the under. That's a big difference.
Yeah, I think they're going to be in a lot
Um,
of close defensive games down the stretch,
right.
and it's
Yeah,
going to come
schedule's
down,
not too
to
bad.
that one game, but we'll see.
Right. Um, yeah, I mean, Patriots 4.5. I don't know, just staying put for now. If I see 4.5,
Yeah,
the
that's
juice
not
is minus
staying mine.
135 on the over. So that's probably a skip for me.
Yeah,
And we'll
just
see
giving
how
my
the
input. I'm not
Patriots
going to
do.
play that one
Yeah.
either.
That to me wild, by the way, that Jacoby Brissett's there. Wasn't he one of the third? Wasn't he the third backup to Brady
He was
like
the
a
original.
decade ago?
Yeah,
With
yeah,
Jimmy, with
behind
Garoppolo,
Garoppolo.
right? This guy,
Yeah,
man. I remember the photos, all three lined up. That's just wild. Turn back the time that he's probably the week one starter, if I had to guess, with his veteran mindset and leadership there. Um, hey, while you're
yeah, you got
here,
to think by
before we,
game.
what's that?
Yeah, go ahead, go ahead.
Oh, no, no, go ahead. Finish your thought.
No, I was just saying you got to think by at least halfway through the season, Drake May's playing.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. True, true.
I don't. There's
Um,
no point of sitting Drake May.
yeah, yeah. Um, one little question here, since we've wrapped up divisions. Who do you like for NFL MVP this year? I'll give you the
Ooh,
number. Patrick Mahomes, and this is just off one site. If you're looking, Bovada .lv. Mahomes, the leader at plus 525. CJ Stroud, of course, as you would know, everyone's running, buying his tickets. He's plus 750. He probably opened up at like 1100. Now he's up to plus 750. Joe Burrow, not sure what's going on there. Plus 8. Josh Allen could have a little value. I know maybe we're not sure about the offense without Stephon Diggs. I mean, he's always been a MVP behind Mahomes or favorite candidate. Maybe you can get him at decent odds. I know there's a lot of hype with Jordan Love and then Brock Purdy.
you
It's
know,
amazing to
I
go ahead.
I like Lamar Jackson this year.
Wow, you think he's going back to back?
I think I think he's got just the ability to put up those video game numbers. You know,
I know. Yeah, well
and
here that's
he
funny.
slimmed down.
Yeah. That's
I
funny
just
you picked him. And I didn't even tell you to pick him, but I posted earlier on Twitter like some of my last year's futures. So we hit on Lamar Jackson, and so funny his odds this year are plus 1800. Last year they
what
were
was
plus
the
13. Last year they were plus 1300. So what is that? The Derrick Henry effect? Is Derrick Henry going to eat up some rushing touchdown? So I'm curious with the good offensive coordinator that he had last year in year one, why he slipped a little bit, you know. But hey, if you like Lamar Jackson, you're going to get him at better odds than I did last year.
Yeah, I mean, it's just tough to go back to back, but
Yeah,
Rogers did it not too long ago, so
yeah. Hey, Tua Tagovailoa plus 2200 if any of you interested out there. 56.5 Irish.
Irish, Irish.
Irish. But yeah, man. Thanks for talking NFL futures. Just a little reminder, if any of you are interested in the Fuck Nation futures package, you can go on our site. It's at 24.99. Last year we killed it, making over I don't know 40 some units. If you're interested, let us know. You get every play. Bricks, man. Pleasure having you for the first time on the podcast. You're a natural kid. Hopefully, we can get you again. I know you're a big Let's Ride Miles High Bronco guy. If we can get you on the set for when we talk their division, happy to have you for that division or any other. Appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for having me, and definitely we'll be back, and hopefully we can get Irish on here as well.
Absolutely. We get a little three-way battle, talking bets, and super pumped to be at the Bricks headquarters. Time to dine with the multi-set TVs at my household and all over uh all over the county. All
Yes, let's make it happen.
right, Bricks. Good luck. Good luck if you got any plays on Saturday. College, I'm sure we'll be dabbling.
Yes, we will. Can't wait.
All right, take care, Bricks.
All right, see you guys.